All right. Well, welcome to part 2 of training. All right. So even if this is a little bit review, some of you are new, some of you have been in for a minute. This is going to help you review and solidify, because a lot of things we know, but are we actually doing them? Right? That's always the second question. Let's move this back just a little bit. Hi guys. Hello. One of my new consultants asked me, "Did you really earn those diamond bumblebees?" And I was like, "Yes, girl. Those diamond bumblebees." Because for team building, for the basics. All right. So we last time went over a lot of good basics, and if you missed it, it's recorded so you guys can watch it. So we're gonna start with time. And I know this piece of training is super impactful. Evelyn and I did this a couple weeks ago, and she said the week she did it, it made such a difference. And the week she didn't do it, she was like, it was a hot mess. So she realized the importance of doing the time management training, right? Okay, so most of you have paper, fantastic. I want you guys to actually do it. We are gonna do your weekly plan sheet, okay, for next week. How many of you have ever done one? You've done a weekly plan sheet? Okay, so everybody except for if Angel and Ida, because you guys are new, right? Okay. How many of you, though, actually do it, like, consistently every week? You've heard about it. You know about Marka, you do it?
No.
Okay, she's like, I heard about it. I've seen it. Okay. So what's super important about it is how did you feel when you first made yours?
Oh, it was just like a silent
Right.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
This week was hot mess.
Right? She was like relieved, and you know what else she said? That Cindy and I hear this all the time. I do have time.
Right.
Yes.
She was like, I'm just too busy. I can't do this. Blah 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 blah. And then she was like, oh snap! I have time. I have time. Okay, so here's what you need to do. So you need to maybe turn it sideways, and you're gonna put tomorrow Saturday. Do you guys want to start tomorrow, or you want to just start from Monday?
Just put it for tomorrow.
Yeah. All right.
Because we know what we're doing tomorrow.
Saturday all the way to next Friday. Okay, so draw that at the top. And if you guys love like something printed or something like that, if you go to InTouch, you can look at the weekly plan sheet. Just Google weekly plan sheet in the search bar. The other thing too, though, is your Mary Kay Deep book. If you're a paper person, you love that. There you go, Marka. Exactly. You can plan it out right in there. But for tonight's purposes, if you don't have those things with you, that's perfect, Maria. So she's just writing like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, just like that, just on the thing. It is cold today, right? Raining?
Yes.
We're like, what is going on? Okay. So first, you're gonna put in the big rocks. All right, the big rocks. So take your kid to school. If you work another job, so you're chunking that time. So what does that look like? I need times around your things, right? I need specific times. When Cindy started doing this, it was about a year and a half ago. She was so on it. If I was supposed to call her at 3:00 and I called her at 3:10, she was like, "I'm sorry that I don't have time for you anymore. My time block is from 3." But she wasn't being bratty about it. Like, she was so empowered, and people knew, right? Like, if you want to talk to Cindy, you had 2 to 2:30. If I called her late, like, there went my time. But it was like a respect issue. It wasn't her being all like snotty. It was this is my time, and I'm respecting my time. It was awesome. And it made me be like, oh snap, like, no more la-di-da. Let's like make something happen. So put in all your big rocks, you guys. Your big rocks. You work another job. You take your kids to school. Like the things you already have in your life, in your plan. You got to have your commute time in there, okay? Some of you, like Maria, you do homeschooling, so you got to have that in there, right? You have certain things, like Evelyn on Wednesdays, you take Evan to art class, like you have things specific, okay? And then you also need to be putting in time, like, do you have a date night? If you're single, maybe you have a night you go out with your girls and you're ready to mingle. But if you're married or you have a relationship, you need like a date night. Otherwise, I don't know, anybody married, long time, maybe 15 years this year, it goes like this. So you need that time set aside. It isn't that you don't have time, it's that what are you doing with the time? How are you prioritizing that time? Yeah? Okay, so you need a date night in there. What about for yourself? What do you do for yourself? Do you have prayer time? Do you have quiet time? Do you have goal setting time in the mornings? Usually that's when people would do it. What about working out? If that's something that's important to you, is it in your schedule? You're not going to just wake up and be like, Cindy wakes up and she's like, I can't wait to go to the gym.
I walk my dogs. I walk my dogs.
Yes, but that's part of your routine. Right, Cindy? So that's like in her plan, in her schedule. She doesn't have to think about, am I going to take a walk? No. She takes her son to school. She comes home. They walk the dog, right? Like it's a routine. It's in her schedule. As I'm talking, you guys be writing. So you need all the big blocks. You need your JOB, your other job, working for somebody else, giving them all the money. You need your commute time if you have that. You need the specific time that you already have set up with the kiddos. You need to put in that time to take care of yourself. What does that look like? Are you working out? Is that important to you? Are you meal prepping? Is that important to you? How many times a week are you like, gosh, shoot, there I go again, eating my McDonald's. I always said I was going to meal prep, but blah, 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 blah. Like, if it's not in your schedule and it's not a habit, the likelihood of you doing it is very low. Yes? Anybody? Yes? If it's a routine and a habit, then you don't need as much discipline. You don't need as many power partners to keep you accountable. But in the beginning, it's like we're creatures of habit, right? And life is busy and we're like Wonder Women, right? How many of you have kids? How many of you have some kind of man in your life? How many, and that takes up time. Let's just be real. And then how many of you have, like a regular day job? Oh, cool. All right. So only a few of you. How many of you, you know what I mean? Like, we're like amazing. When you think about everything we do, like we are incredible people. So let's put into our life what we want. Because if not now, when? You can have more time later? I don't think so. Right? Yes? Okay. All right. So put it in. Do we have our big rocks? Do we have our job? Do we have our workout time? Do we have our meal prep time? Like, I don't know what you have as priorities, but do you have your date night time? Do you have maybe family night time? Every night you guys have dinner together if that's important to you, or we have family night. So, sometimes I work at nighttime like I'm here tonight, so it's daddy night tonight, okay? But then like tomorrow night's going to be family night. Like that's in my schedule. My kids know. Is it grandma night, daddy night, mommy night, or family night? Like Wednesday night's mommy night because my husband works. So we have they know they're getting time with us. That's in the schedule, right? Okay, so put it in. How many of you have ever said gosh, I just want to do a Bible study if that's important to you, or I always wanted to wake up and do the miracle morning. If you don't know what that is, look that up. How many of you keep saying you want to do it, but it's not in your schedule, you have no power partner, and it's not in your routine? It's not happening. Are you with me? Marca's like, yep, exactly. What's something you really want in your schedule, Marca? A massage every month. Okay, so I joined Massage Envy. And I have a massage every month because I'm paying for it automatically. So there you go. Do you know what I mean? It's in the schedule. Or if you're going to go, to one of those little foot massage places. I love those places. $30 time massage is awesome. No, that's not your jam. But for example, if that was, then maybe you schedule a date with Tiffany. You and Tiff go every Friday if you're committed to that. It's just an example. How are you going to make that happen? Who else has something that they keep saying, I'm a gonna? Anybody? Anybody have a I'm a gonna something in their life? Swimming? Swimming.
Zumba class.
All right. I'm going to do a Zumba class. So maybe Cindy would put on her schedule for tomorrow, look up when the Zumba classes are, and then that would have to go in her schedule, right? Something like that. Swimming. So you need to find out where you're going to swim, what time are the classes. With exercise, let's just talk about that one for a minute. If that's something you want to add into your life and you're not used to doing it, you need accountability. So right now I'm taking bar classes. If I don't go, they charge me. I have to sign up on the app because they fill up. I love that kind of thing. You better believe I'm going because it's expensive, $25 a class. Wow. So, I buy a package, but they are really expensive, but it's a really good workout. All right. You should see my arms. They're getting better. Wait till seminar. I already got my dress. So, but the point is I wanted to be in better shape. I wanted to be physically healthier and have my heart be strong, etc. So I pay basically for the Pure Barre in Brea to hold me accountable. You with me? Same thing if you had a trainer, but maybe you don't want to spend that kind of money. That's fine. Maria and Evelyn might be we're gonna be power partners, girl. Not that you live that close, but you could say hey, before the meetings every Friday, we're gonna go hiking, or I don't know, something, you know what I mean? So you have accountability. Okay? Good? All right, now you need to fit in Mary Kay. So how many parties am I holding? The basic consultant, a consultant that's looking for something in her business, holds 3 to 5 parties a week. that Mary Kay asked that of us. In fact, she asked us to hold 10 a week. In fact, sometimes she would hold one a day. Isn't that amazing? But let's go with 3 to 5. You can double book your time slots. You can group people together. You do not have to work every day. But you need, when am I holding my appointments? Because is your dentist open every day? No. Is your chiropractor open every day? No. Right? And sometimes I do cry about that because I want to see him when I want to see him, right? But the fact of the matter is he makes his schedule. In fact, my chiropractor is closed like every other Tuesday morning, and I'm like, man, he has a nice schedule. But he makes his schedule the way that he wants to. You guys with me? Yeah? Okay, so when is business open for you? You got to put that in. We've got to put that in. Okay. For example, Ari Hathaway, she was super, super, super busy when she first started her business. National Sales Director Ari Hathaway, anybody know her? Yes, out of Miami. She's an amazing national sales director, mom of 2, amazing wife, and she didn't have time because she worked like, I don't know, 9 to, I don't even know, 8 to 8 or something like that, and then she cleaned houses with her mom on the weekends, and like she had very little time. So when she was doing Mary Kay, she did 3 parties a week on Friday night. She must have done it in her house or studio or something. And so she would get 3 hostesses together knowing somebody was going to cancel. And if they all came, she would have like a space probably this big. She would do them all at the same time. That was the only time she had. She became a sales director in a car, went on to become a top sales director, went on to become a national sales director. And they are the ones making like $20,000, $30,000 a month, you guys. So we have time. We just have to be strategic. Yeah? Okay, so now in your Mary Kay business, you've got Friday nights, so put that in. Friday night, 7:30, you have here. This could be a skincare class for you if you're low on time, right? This could be, also you could come a little bit, well, let's just say this could be a time slot for you, all right? But no matter what, you're coming, you're getting filled, you're getting your education, you're getting recognition. It's important to you and it's a priority and it's in your schedule. Okay, now you need time to get leads, book appointments, coach appointments, follow up with customers, do office work. So we need time for that. We don't need a lot of time, but it needs to be in our schedule. So like Cindy loves to do Mondays as an office day. She's like, that's my day and I'm gonna do all that stuff then. I'm gonna send out my birthday cards. I'm gonna do my 2+2+2. I'm gonna follow up because she kills it on the weekends. That's most of the time she's gonna hold her parties. That's what works for her life. All right, she'll do some stuff during the week, during the day, but that's it. Evenings she likes to be home. Okay. So are we putting that into our schedule? When are you coaching your appointments? I would do maybe like 10 minutes 3 times a week. You know what I mean? Because it's a quick like, hey, Susie, I didn't get your guest list yet. Or, hey, Susie, can't wait to see you on noon. But you're coaching your appointments. Otherwise, you wake up and you're like, oh, snap, I have an appointment today. Oh, I haven't talked to her in a week. I hope she's holding. She's not. Unless we get those rare moments, right, Cindy, where we don't coach them and you're thinking it's not holding.
And they hold.
And they hold. But that's rare. Okay. So when are you coaching? All right. You guys good? Yes. When are you booking? Are you booking every day? Are you booking 3 times a week? Like, what's your jam on booking? Are you, if you like to do the 21-day booking system, are you sending out texts? Are you sending out calls? Like, when are you doing your booking? That's got to go in your plan. Sunday nights is a great booking time if you like to do that. When's the best time to book? When you're free. I mean, probably nights and weekends is the best, but I'm usually doing appointments or it's family time or it's personal time then. So I'm usually booking during the day. You're just booking when you're free. You're texting and calling. We're not going to train on booking, but yeah. Good. So you have booking, coaching, you have your selling time. What about getting leads? If you get referrals at your appointments and you always book from your bookings, technically you should never have to get leads. But I would have time in there, right? Like when Cindy and I are low, we're like, let's go. Maria, Tiff, you guys always go out and get leads, right? Like Evelyn, you set up a time with Alba for next week to get leads. Sometime, if you don't have enough people to spend about an hour on the phone booking, or you don't have 5 to 10 appointments in your date book, you probably need an influx of leads. And so Cindy and I don't get leads each week for sure, besides our referrals. It's usually like once a month we're like, oh snap, let's like power it up and get some extra leads, right? So it depends on your goals, depends on what you're looking for. So that needs to be in your plan. Is there anything else we missed in the Mary Kay plan? We have booking, coaching, selling. Maybe when you're free to do a coffee date or an interview. And if you don't have any during that time slot, what could you do with that time? Tiff? Book. Or set up coffee dates or do a practice coffee date, right? Get a friend and be like, I don't have anybody to help me practice to hear about the opportunity. Can you please help me? And we'll do a 3-way with your director, meet for coffee. Maria, you've done like You've done a lot. Tiff, always, you know, Cindy used to do them with you guys. Now you guys are confident on what to do, how to recruit people, right? Mm-hmm. Yes? Okay, did we miss anything? You guys good? Yeah? So what about if you have to do busy work? You need to enter your profiles like we talked about last week in InTouch after 9, before 9 or after 9, because during 9 to 9 is people time. 9 to 9 is your people time. So the thing is, if we're not booking, coaching, selling, recruiting, or, I mean, as sales directors, we're working with our team, but otherwise, making a flyer, posting on Instagram, commenting on Facebook, what else is busy work? Taking selfies, practicing our makeup, checking InTouch.
Education on...
Education, valuable, important. Totally. I worked
class.
Mary Kay all day. I spent 5 hours checking my Instagram. Like, no, that did not count, right?
But sometimes they're like, oh, I did like all this Mary Kay training all day.
Right.
It's cool, but do
That's
it at
cool.
nighttime.
But that doesn't count as an income producing activity. And the only reason we want you to know that is I want you to make money. I want you guys to achieve your goals. I want you to connect with people. We're in the people connection business. Mary Kay was the original Facebook. You see a face, book her. That was funny. Okay, good. All right. So, top of your date book, the new date books have the 6 most important things list. Yes? Who knows about this? Who can tell me about it? What's the significance? Why is it important?
I think because our brain's trying to compact everything we have to do, and sometimes we get overwhelmed.
Yes.
So in order to be productive, it's important to set out your day and write the 6 that are most important for that day.
Yeah.
And then get those done, and then by the end of the week, you'll have done, a lot of things.
Yeah. And you do them at night. Mary Kay paid, I think it was like $10,000 or something for this idea. A researcher came and figured out it made that much of a difference in the productivity of her employees. Something like that is the story. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so the idea is you do it the night before. It's only 6. It's not 30. It's 6. If you need to do a dump list and you need to literally prioritize things, you might need to do that first. That's totally fine. And it's specific. So tell us, Cindy, what or anyone who has like a vague thing that goes on their 6 list.
Make booking calls.
Make booking calls. Sell something. Recruit some people. Get some leads. You're not going to do any of that, child. Like the next day, you're going to wake up and be like, yeah, no, I think I'm going to take a nap. Right? It's not specific. The reason you need to do it the night before you go to bed is because you're at night, at like, let's say you make it at 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night, you're not going to do anything on the list. So your brain is relaxed. The fear is low and the courage is high because you're like, I'm not doing this tonight anyway, so I'm going to put her down. I'm going to call her. I'm going to text her. Boop, 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 boop. You're excited. Yeah? If you do it the morning of, you're like, oh, snap, I have to do that today. Like, ooh, I think I go get my nails done. I'll come back and do it. Right? Like, you're not going to do it. Okay? So it has...
Let me go do laundry.
Let me go do laundry. Yes.
Or a lot of Latinas, you know what? Let me clean.
Right.
I'm going to clean first.
Yeah, my house is a mess.
I'm going to clean and then I'll make my calls. And then next thing you know, oh my God, I got to pick up the kid. I'll do it tomorrow.
That's right. I was so busy today. Right? That's lack of a weekly plan sheet. You could have laundry in your plan. When are you doing the laundry? That should be in your plan. So it's not like random. I even started doing like errands on 1 to 2 days because I found I was using it as a convenient creative avoidance. Oh, I got this return. I got to get this birthday present here. By the time you do it, like my whole work time is taken up by these important errands. I was like, snap. Anybody relate? Yes? Mm-hmm. So I started saying, okay, on Fridays I'll do my errands. Put it all together, work hard during the week, and have something to look forward to instead of spending all my time driving here, driving there, doing this, like waste of our time. You know what I mean? Like based on what we want. Yeah? Okay. So 6 list. You do it the night before you go to bed. It's specific. It literally has the names and phone numbers of who you're calling. How are you going to sell? Like Cindy's consultant is killing it with Mother's Day sales. Mm-hmm. She is just selling like left and right. So she might have on her tomorrow might be a good day if you haven't been tackling that. Could you look at the men on your profile cards and text them a picture of like something you have wrapped up last minute? You know, it doesn't have to spend a lot of money, something from the Dollar Tree. Could you be texting anybody or private messaging people like, hey, did you get your mom something? You need something last minute? I've got stuff. I bring it to you. You know, so that, but it has to be specific, not sell Mother's Day gifts. It would need to be these specific people. I'm going to call Marka. I'm going to Facebook message Tiffany. This is what I'm going to say. You with me? You get it all worked out, because do you know how long it will take you to do 6 things on a list? 10 minutes, 20 minutes. But if you don't have a specific list, it feels hard. It feels like it'll take a lot of courage, and it feels like it'll take 2 hours, and you're like, oh snap, tomorrow. You with me? When I worked full time, I was super busy and I was commuting over an hour each way, super busy. I'd make my 6 list. I'd sit in my car on my lunch break. I could knock out the whole list. If I didn't finish, I didn't leave that parking lot until I was done.